what I want. Cry about it.
So I'm making this video to kind of work through what my therapist would probably call resentment. So let's talk about Amarna, the monster that you and I don't have, but Michael does. The reason I say this monster should be an LD5 is not because I want it to be more rare, but rather it's a statement to the quality of his skills. Each one of his three are incredibly varied and relevant. He does so much. Like, his first skill applies a defense break and a heal block. It is very rare for a monster to have defense break on skill 1 and then have that statement followed by and as its conjunction. Like, if anything nowadays, I would expect it to say, applies a defense break, but. His skill 2 hits 3 times and tries to apply a 2-turn brand. It also deals more damage as the target's health drops. Do I need to talk about brand? I probably don't, but I will because you're here. So I have a bit of a captive audience. Branding is definitely different from defense break, even though it kind of reads similarly because they end up having similar results. Defense break reduces the applicant's defense by a certain amount. Branding increases damage dealt by 25%. And where that ends up being a little bit different is for things like bombs. Bombs ignore defense. So bombs do no extra damage on defense broken units because they didn't care how much defense the target had to begin with. However, they will deal increased damage on a target with branding on because of the definition of branding. Finally, it's like 90% of the reason why I'm making this video. It's the secret to eternal life. It cleanses your whole team, then heals them for 30% of Amarna's max HP. And that's on a 4-turn cooldown. But, if any of your allies are defeated when you use the skill, it'll instead revive them and just throw on 2 more turns on the cooldown. Like, whatever, dude, I didn't care about those 2 turns anyway. That's like absolutely negligible for such a strong effect. This kit makes him amazing for things like raids. Like, the heal block and the brand would have been enough to earn him a slot on any raids team. But then he goes and has a heal, a cleanse on an active skill, a revive, and a defense break. Like, that's pretty much everything in Summoner's War. Like, I actually don't know if there's anything else. But I'm really serious about that third skill being amazing in raids because usually you don't want monsters that have cleanse on their passive because the boss can apply Oblivion. So that means usually if you're bringing something like Averamos, yeah, there's gonna be a window where he's able to cleanse stuff, but most of the time, he's gonna be oblivious. Whereas Amarna can use the third skill and cleanse regardless of how oblivious he is. Yeah, that made sense. So this is a place you'd really prefer to have an active third skill over a passive because the third skill can get its cooldown time reduced by Mav or the Dark Homunculus or something. He also has a defense lead for if you're not employing Zhang Fei for some reason. Although I do think you should use Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei is like really good for a good reason and he's got cleanse on skill 2. So this is not a PSA against Zhang Fei. This is just talking about how I really want Amarna. I've given a pretty positive review of Amarna so far. So let me just say one thing that won't take away from him generally, but like, I just feel like I should point it out. I think there's definitely a drop off for Amarna where he becomes less relevant as time goes on, but he is an incredible early game summon because essentially what Amarna can help you do is cheese content that you wouldn't normally be able to clear. Like, there's so many situations in Summoner's War where you can just slam down an Amarna and you'll clear it. Trial of Ascension, raids, guilds, Rift Beasts, Necro, Tartarus, RTA, well, maybe not RTA, but do we need him to? He already does all this. Great job, Michael. Live the dream, man. Live my dream. Love you, though. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Summoner's War. Today, we're doing some more account reviews and progression tips, but first, I think it's only natural that we go over some of the big news that just came out for Summoner's War, because we are in the midst of the version 8.5.0 update. That's right, we're on a whole new second number. That's crazy. We got the Drakan Warriors, we got a new 2A and everything. Let me say hi to folks in chat real quick. Kanagi, welcome to stream. Mango Cat Deluxe, Preemie Gaming, De Archer, who was also the first one here. Welcome, De Archer. Maglea, what's going on? Guys, what is good? It's a very fun day to be playing Summoner's War. I'm very thankful that like the big update kind of came out on a stream day so we can talk about it. So let me go back to the island real quick. I'm actually farming for the new Second Awakening right now. What's up, Dudano? Welcome aboard. So I have not I've not looked at any of the other, any Drakan warriors beyond the fire one. So this is the one that was released in the dev note, right? So we can briefly, Drakan D's. Drakan D's. Dude, the Dominator. Honestly, that's what this is, dude. The whole family is just a big lead up for a D's nuts joke. That's all it is. Does anyone still use Lapis, says D Archer? You know, you can use Lapis in a couple situations. If you're super new to the game, you can use her as like a despair stun AoE control option for Trial of Ascension. And then if you are not, then you can use her for the Fire Rift Beast. But otherwise, she does kind of like fall into mediocrity after the beginning of the game. But she's kind of there to serve you, right? You know, you don't always need her to. Okay, let's do this. So, Dragan these, that's actually a crazy name. This is a crazy name. I know that I'm omitting an R right there, right? Dragan these nuts. Anyway, thank you guys. I know you got it. I didn't even need to say it. I really like this guy. So this guy makes it, he turns healing into attack bar increase. And he also scales damage. Obrigado pelo Insta, Diago. Salve, Ishmit. Tudo beleza, lindão? Oh, Indra. Obrigado pelo Indra de Água. Parabéns, lindo. Indra de Água, muito boa. Muito provoke demais. How am I liking the update? So far, I'm actually loving it, dude. I really like the new monsters that have been added. I really like the Second Awakening. Honestly, I'm doing the dark one first, right? Because I am a sucker for a team-up effect. And the fact that they turned the skill Violent Friends into a team-up effect, it's just the next logical solution for that skill. We know enough about Dragan these nuts. We can talk about Solvark instead. These guys have really cool names. Two times defense break on skill 1, that's pretty sick. Chat channel 10, Summoner. People saying next summer this will be our bikini Zyros. Dude, if they might put this guy in a bikini. I could see that happen. Dragon. I know, that's what I'm saying. Evan falando português. Desculpa, não fala português. So Dragon's Breath attacks all enemies twice, dealing damage proportional to your defense. So another damage or defense scaling damage dealer. Guys, this is the most speaking I've had to do all day today, and I'm already tripping over my words. My bad. Deals 30% more damage to targets with harmful effects. Additionally, if you have no harmful effects, it absorbs the attack bar by 20% each. Oh, interesting. Okay. Goes under threat state while the enemies attack with a single target skill 3 times. Attacks all enemies to deal damage that's proportionate to your defense, granting the silence and glancing hit. So this is really cool. Admittedly, like, I feel like the second part of Dragon's Breath is a little bit of anti-synergy with threat state, but like, I don't know. I haven't played with it yet, so I'm uncertain. Let me go to the wind one now. Oreshion. This also has the same AoE 2 attack defense break. Attacks all enemies to deal damage that's proportionate to your defense and removes all beneficial effects. In addition, decreases the HP of enemies with beneficial effects removed by 15%. Oh, whoa, that's kind of cool. Wait, this is a little Wunsa-y. This is like a little Wunsa-y, except it doesn't do the attack bar reduction. Yeah, this is actually really cool. This is very Wind Gojo though. This is a very Wind Gojo, except it's on this skill. Okay, that's great. Love it. Oh, this is the first one. Is this that's a passive too. Refrigion. A few of them are. So which one do you guys like? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Oh wow, you got Water Dragon Warrior and Leo today? Congratulations. Okay, let me read his passive. So he's got Dragon's Breath. Any harmful effect that was once applied to you cannot be reapplied in the same battle. Wait! Dude, the cope. Wait, what was that comp that I was talking about? You remember that comp I talked about with Stoic and Thompson? The one that's like Jessica, Ongyuki, and like all the monsters that benefit from like having debuffs on or something like that? Is this it? Is this adding to that? Additionally, if you're inflicted again with the same harmful effect, it's reflected back? Dog, no way. That is so clever. Are you kidding me? Dude, I love this kick that they're on. Oh my God. That is so, I love what they're doing with this. That's so Jessica-y, you know? I'm telling you guys, I don't think it's cope anymore. I think this is actually like a suitable comp. Granted, it's a lot of LDs. It's a lot of LDs, to be honest. So like for people who haven't heard my rant, I'm pushing this like anti-debuff or debuff synergy like agenda. And I think that there's a comp in RTA where you actually benefit from having debuffs on you. Jessica's on that team. I don't think Chroma's on that team because she just resists everything. Ongyuki's on that team. I think you could probably put something like a Pater on that team. And if it wakes up, I'd count it, you know? Phrygion, Refrigerator's on that team. That's pretty sick. That's awesome, actually. Okay, let me check out Drakkar. Oh, the new Nyx and the old Nyx are probably on that team. Okay, ignores all damage and recovers the HP by 30% of the damage dealt. Duel of Honor, oh my god, dude. I make a joke about this. I make a joke about skills being this long in the upcoming video. There's a video coming out on Saturday, and it's another Monster Spotlight, it's another SWC Monster Spotlight, and I make a joke about skills that could be in the New York Times bestseller list, and this I think could be on there. All right, let's see. What the heck? Dude, I ain't reading all that. Can somebody tell me what it does? Dog, can somebody just... Cause like, dude, I ain't reading all that. Oh god. Okay, remove 1v2 me. Interesting. Okay, let's actually read it. Removes all beneficial and harmful effects from both the enemy target and yourself with an irresistible effect, then initiates a 1v1 duel. Okay, during the duel, all passives will not be activated. The duel begins with... Okay, wait. This is crazy. Wait, what the heck? Both sides exchange skill 1 3 times. After the duel, what is this Shahrazad? You know, anybody play MTG? Oh, but also, this is also that guy from Valorant, that new agent from Valorant. This is like a Hyoiki Tenkai. This is literally like a domain expansion. This is literally like Hyoiki Tenkai. You know, like actually, there is legitimately a domain expansion. Yeah, like ISO. It's ISO, dude. Like, oh my god. Wait, this is so hype. Wait. After the duel, if a monster is defeated, the side with the surviving monster wins. All monsters on the winning side will have their attack bar increased by 50%, while all monsters on the losing side will have their attack bar decreased by 50%. Dog, that's no way. Wait a minute. They like kind of, okay, so this is, admittedly, that is really cool, but they kind of lost me at the end there. Because like, dude, that is a really roundabout way of just saying it sometimes reduces attack bar by 50%. It's like, what the heck, dude? Just use Spectra. This is literally like Spectra's third skill with more steps. Like, dog, that's so funny. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. That's fun. That is like funny, dude. That is funny. Anyway, okay. It's also a decent snipe. It is a cool snipe. And also the fact that his attacks twice, 2 times in defense break. So in the duel, right, it attacks with skill 1 3 times. So like basically what you can do is you can do, you know, defense, it's double hit defense break, you add on additionals. What's up, Stoic? These units are really cool and not humans. Very true. I love it. I love it. Although, I'm really curious to see, has anybody gotten this yet? Has anybody gotten this thing yet? Probably not, right? Like it's too fresh. I'm sure there's like some Reddit post out there showing it, but oh my god, we've already gotten it. And it got through here. Let's just see what happened. Yeah, so basically he whips out his Yu-Gi-Oh deck and you challenge him to a duel. So basically he hits you with the Hyoiki Tenkai, and then like, so if you can attack buff this fool, that's great. I really just want to see him like get the skill off. I'm not sure if he will though. Okay. Oh, but he removes all buffs and debuffs. He makes it all neutral. 1, 2. Okay. And passives aren't activated. Whoa! Actually, wait a minute. That was kind of sick. That was kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. That was actually pretty awesome. That was actually pretty cool. What is the cooldown? Oh, well, they lost. But, you know, still. They lost. But, you know, I think that it was still kind of cool, and it showed that it countered the... It didn't activate the Narsha passive, right? Like, so Narsha just fell off the beast, and that's it. That is actually insane. I kind of wish that, like, the world would, like, go dark around it or something like that, you know? So it really is just like a Hyoiki Tenkai, but... Oh, and see, now you're kind of distanced. What happened? Did he get, like, why didn't he? I guess you're disincentivized from using it because if he gets too low on HP, it's kind of over. But you can also time when you want to use it because of that. Do we want to watch any more or do we get it? I feel like we got force, full tank on seal, force seal on the opponents. What's up, player? Watching yo, how are you, dude? How art thou? Guys, let me restart this. I'm almost done with the second awakening. Extremely selfishly, guys, does anybody have like a a question that I can answer without jumping on the island so that way I can finish this run? Ah, my goodness. Oh my God, Carnegie, we haven't had a chance to talk about the America's Cup yet. Carnegie says, Evan, how good was that True Whale versus Zazos game? Such a close match. Dude, Zazos really impressed me. I mean, I knew Zazos was a great player, but I think Zazos was really, like, disruptive. In fact, I'm gonna use the words of Come To Us Ryo. I think Ryo said it really eloquently. He called Zazos, like, new gen, and I think that's awesome. He's like a new gen type of player that comes in to disrupt your strategy, and, like, I think that's so true, dude. He looks like he dissects people's comps on the fly, and he's a really talented player, and really young too. He's got a lot of potential. Like, he's great. I'm really glad that he's representing us because I think we have a good shot. Guys, I really want to farm the Harpoos, but you know what? That's enough farming. Let's do this. I'm gonna look at. Let me check this out. Is farming GB10 more efficient than GB12? Is B12 for intangibles to complete GB10 sets? Let me go on Farragon's account too, because they need help with Necro. So it's always better to farm Abyss dungeons now because the drop rates are genuinely better at this point. Like at this point in the game, the drop rates for runes and everything have been changed to such a degree that it's always going to be more beneficial to farm Abyss dungeons. And that's kind of why I tell people that if you're farming and you can get close to a minute, if you can get sub 1 minute, amazing. But if you can get close to a minute and it's consistent, that is the most important thing. Because we've got times 30 runs now, like, consistency is really the only thing. People still want fast teams. I still want a fast team, right? Because that's kind of one of the end games of Summoner's War, that PvE approach where you try to refine that dungeon team. But it's ultimately, like, technically speaking, unnecessary for progression because you can just hit times 30, run it in the background, you know? How many Saren Sia should I build? Zachbot, the new units remind me of Supdog. Don't you think? I don't know. What's Supdog? What's Supdog? Okay. Nothing much, Zachbot. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Squishy, congratulations on the Hey Gang. Hey Gang is like one of the most impactful like units in pre-bans, to be honest. People are pre-banning him left and right at the America's Cup. Guys, by the way, I made a montage for the America's Cup. I only put it on my Instagram, but like I made a montage about it. I'm very stoked about it. I used one of my favorite songs of all time. I've been saving that song for a rainy day. So it's really cool stuff. I hope you get a chance to check it out. So you need some help with Necro Abyss, breaking into Necro Abyss. And I see that you're kind of using something of a starter comp here. I actually like what you're doing. Shy Premium, what's the BGM? I think it's Stream Beats. Stream Beats on Spotify. Pulled the Wind Twin Angels earlier. How good are they? Says Tom. So Tom, I remember the Wind Twin Angels actually being the ones that drew the most excitement when they launched, but I don't think a lot of people use them. Okay, let me go in to check this out real quick. Guys, has anybody used Liam? Has anybody used Liam for Necro? Has anybody used this? Shy Preemie says they're good, they stun a lot and remove beneficial effects. Use him for dragons. How is he in Necro? I've actually never thought to use him in Necro before. He has a good leader skill for Necro. We always love attack power leads in Necro. Like, you could do something where you go more aggressive and use Liam and then bring the Raok as well. I tried Saren in Necro, Shaman, Lauren, Emily, Saren, Light, Homie, but it's slower than my current team, says Dudano. At the moment, who's the best Drakkar? Anyone been able to test yet? Player, the dark one looked really cool. We watched a replay. Is he the best one? It's hard to say. My personal favorite though, well, actually I think he's probably my personal favorite because it's kind of like a domain expansion and that's hot, but the light one also looks really good. Because, you know, I've been on that copium, dude. I've been trying to tell people, I think they're building this, they're going down this design path where they're looking at monsters that benefit from having debuffs on them. And I think that's one of them. Oh no. Guys, I think I'm about to sneeze. Am I? Wait, it's going away? No, it's coming back? Athena, what's going on? Okay. Whew, I was trying to move the mic. Away. But it ended up just leaving. They all seem cool. The fire one seems the most lackluster out of them. Really kind of. So actually, I would say that the fire one was my third favorite. I think the LDs are my two favorites, and then I think it goes for me. I think the dark one, then the light one, and then the fire one. Because I actually love the idea of like healing being attack bar gain. I think that's actually pretty sick. In fact, let me answer this question, and then let's jump over to check out some Drakkar replays, or Drakan replays rather. So I notice, so you've got Liam. You have Liam, you've got Raok. I notice you have Aster back here. Aster is insane for Necro. In fact, what I would recommend you do with your Aster is instead of Vampire, this kind of looks like maybe it might have been an auto rune situation, perhaps, because there is like a flat attack slot 4. So I think maybe what you want to do here is go for Rage. Go for Rage anything. It doesn't necessarily need an offset. You can do Rage Blade if you lack crit rate though, and if you can make it work. But she works really well on crit damage. Quick question, do you think that Phrygion is better than Akroma? He still dies to Death Break, but starts reflecting defense breaks later on. Dudano, I think that like he is a nice evolution of the Akroma formula. Him and Jessica are both nice evolutions of the Akroma formula, I think. I think that he is technically probably better, but it's really hard to say because I haven't seen him in action. You know, so that's purely just on paper. I think he's better because he starts like now he's punishing AoEs. So you draft him against AoEs. Like imagine bringing him against a Chungpung. He gets hit with the skill 2 twice, right? And like the first time you just soak the defense break into glancing, and then the next time you start reflecting it, and now all of a sudden it's harder for them to use that same AoE skill. Or it's like even something as small as like the Wind Robo, right? The Wind Robo gets his third skill off, now you're reflecting stuns. Like that's pretty cool. I actually really like the designs of these monsters. I think they're, you know, very creative, extremely creative and fresh. That's the thing. Dude, when I opened up the Dark One's third skill, I'm just like, what the heck, dude? I ain't reading all that. What the, like, but then I asked for a summary and somebody told me that it was just like 1v1 me. And I was like, wait, okay, now I'm interested. Like now I actually want to read it. So let's say it's Liam, Aster. I think we should probably put Raok in there. I'm looking around to see what else you got real quick. If you have an Airgar, we can use his leader skill instead. Oh yeah, we can. Dude, okay, hold on. I think your comp might look something like this. I think it might, ooh, you've got a Mi Ying. And a Narsha, congratulations. And an Ian, oh my God, this account is kind of blessed, dude. Run Airgar as your leader, Airgar lead. Then you could try Liam. I'm curious about Liam, Aster, Rauk, Shaman, the second awakened Griffin. But the turn order, you want to put your multi-hitters first. So you want Airgar to go first, then 2A Raoh, then Aster, Liam, Shaman. That's going to be the turn order. Let me go back real quick, and before I go into another account, I really do just want to check out to see if anybody's using the Fire Drakan Warrior. Reset here. Let's go ahead and go here. Dragan these nuts. Am I right? This might be a loss. This one's a loss. So let me just look around and see if I can find one that's like independent. He might get reset here. Oh, is he gonna have enough healing? This one could be cool, but there's not really any healing aside from the one that he's bringing. I wanted to see if like this is the most thematically interesting comp to me, this top one. Let's just see how it goes. Oh, I'm on global server right now. So I'm a little afraid for this one, because I'm afraid that he's not even going to get the chance to kind of do anything. Yeah, it looks like that might be what's happening. Please don't kill the new Dragon Warrior. Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay. I had a feeling. But it was a nice attempt. I wanted to try to see if there's a comp that actually has a healer on it. This one seems interesting, but there's not really much healing. Well, actually, there's the skill 1. There's the skill 1. Let's try this. Zima, Drakagron, more of these. Vamp, Revenge, Fire Dragon Warrior? Wait a minute, Athena. You're kind of cooking with that, dude. That's kind of sick. See, it really helps when he's the one that's like, when he's getting healing outside of his turn, right? Because you notice that like he didn't really do too much. We can see how it goes here. Oh no, he moves next. Then she's provoked, so she's gonna heal him. She's gonna heal. Oh no, he wasn't lowest. Yeah, I don't know if this is optimal. I think you kind of need to bring him with some supports, guys. I think you need to bring him with more like passive healing for him or something like that, because like right now he's not really getting enough turn cycling. Like we haven't even seen his passive activate outside of his first turn. Let's speed this up a little bit. Yeah, I see what you mean actually. Maybe the fire one might be easier said than done, right? Because I was thinking like the synergy was going to be insane with this guy. Okay. I think he has to be built as a bruiser, kind of like Drakan, HP, crit rate, attack, vamp, revenge. So like Stoic said, Seimei and the fire. Dude, Seimei with this guy works great. Because you notice that like he's not healing off that, right? Like that skill is supposed to heal him for the damage dealt, but he didn't actually heal anything, and his attack bar didn't increase because of it. So like I think he's a little limited by that. I think he should... Oh, there we go. He got increased attack bar there. That one he got increased. He's getting incremental value. Incremental, but I don't think this is optimal. I think what Stoic said is optimal. What's good, Infamous Wolf? How are you? Welcome to the stream, dude. We're checking out the new monsters real quick. Yeah, this one won. Yeah, I don't know. I think Stoic's right. I think Seimei and the fire one. I think that's what they're gonna have to do. Lord Demojon says, what should I be focusing on in my current account? So you've already cleared TOA. You've already done the Abyss. I would try to break into Dragon's Abyss, I think. Because you're already using the team for it. For Live Fire, hope you're good, Evan. Dude, I'm doing very well, thank you. Honestly, the stream is like a huge mood booster for me in the morning. Like, this is really cool that we get to hang out. It's a nice way to start the day. And then I'm also doing a Soul Strike stream today at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So if you guys are curious, come by and check it out. Lee says, what's the new best Drakan Nat 5? Also, what's the best runes to farm during this Fever event? Dude, farming Vio is always fantastic. But if you don't have a solid foundation of Swift runes, I would go Swift. Oh, actually, I realized that as I'm saying this, I have more answers. I've been realizing that Rage runes are an investment in getting more runes, by the way. I will say that as well. So Athena laid it out pretty well, that it was, Vio, Despair, Vio Despair, Swift, right? Will. Like, those are always really good. But I really do think that Rage also, like, is a good investment for your account's health, right? Because, like, if you get all those Rage runes, now you're able to rune up your damage dealers to be more aggressive and get yourself through these dungeons faster. So in getting Rage runes, it's investing in more runes down the line. So I would say try to break into Dragon's Abyss. You are actually already using the starter team that I like to recommend for the Dragon's Abyss hard. The only thing that I'd recommend you check out would be making sure that the turn order is right. Making sure that the Lauren goes first, then the Crow, then Spectra and Veramos, and finally Verd. And the reason why I say Spectra and Veramos is they don't matter. You can put them in either order is fine. So it can be Lauren, Crow, then Spectra and Vero, or Vero, then Spectra, and then Verd to round it out. That's the idea, okay? That's what I would recommend you do. Guys, should I summon real quick? Should we summon? I have the legendary scroll. Let's try to get it. Oh, I got a cannon girl. Oh, I also have I'm like 2 pieces away from a legend scroll. Should I go craft legend pieces real quick, actually? Hold on. Let me just craft this real quick. Let's summon one more legendary scroll. One more scroll. Easy. Easy Drakan Warrior. Easy Aquila. so easy, dude. Maybe, is there anything in here that I can get? Dude, these are some nice events. I gotta say, are you guys liking I'd love to hear your feedback, by the way, on the Sky Fever events. What are you guys thinking about the Sky Fever so far? I'm always a big fan when these things come around. 1, 2, come on, Drakan Warrior, come on. No. Okay, back to the accounts. Leith. Hi, Evan, this is my account. Any free-to-play arena defense tips? Dog. Free-to-play arena defense? Holy heavens to Betsy, dude. I don't know if you need free-to-play ones. What the? Dog. Oh, Hex Snipes. That is so nice. Do you want to try to do a... Hex Snipes says, do you want to do a summon session for me? I have about 900 scrolls. Dude, that is so nice of you to offer. Unfortunately, because I'm a part of Come To Us, I technically can't go onto your account and summon them just because it's against TOS. So I don't mind if someone else does it. I'm no snitch, but I can't personally do it. I really appreciate the offer though. That's really nice. Nobu, what's going on, dude? Hola, mi amigo. ¿Cómo está? Good to see you. Dude, that was so much fun over the weekend. That was so much fun, dude. So this is honestly a really cool defense. I'm not sure about what the Water Drakan Warrior is providing. Oh, he's not out. He's not out yet. But I will say that like your arena defense looks amazing. But let me just look real quick at what the Drakan Warrior is doing. It is Drakan, right? I'm getting Drakan and Drakar like mixed up because this is Drakar. Let me see what he's providing. Ah, I see. I see. How fast are they? Are they all 101? They are all 101. Wow, nice defense, by the way. Some good defense scaling. This guy, the 2 with the skill 2 that heals them have higher attack. Have 13 LD5. I'm not collecting much. It's less than a month of farming so far. Guys, let me post the survey real quick, just so that way we have it for folks on YouTube. Awesome. Okay, there we go. There we go. Folks on YouTube, that is the survey. That's from me. Aaron, how does this work? I'm looking for help on my Dragons team. Dude, so I'm hanging out in chat channel 10 right now. All you got to do is post your question. Let me know what you need help with. I'm on a global server right now, but if you guys want me to jump over to Europe or Asia, just let me know and I can absolutely make the jump. I can jump over whenever you need. That ID has no runes. It's there to scare people. You're kidding me, dog. No way. That's so funny. This defense is there to scare people? Dude, that is actually hilarious. You gotta be kidding me. Because like this is a decent defense. The only thing that I would say is I would, instead of the new Drakan Warrior and maybe instead of Amduat, I would say you wanna find some method of like death prevention. If you have a Leo, you should know that Leo Lucifer is an insane combo, by the way. That's like an arena offense thing too. Octopanda said the daughter nobody wanted. I know, that was crazy. What's up, Zenobite? So maybe instead of the Drakan Warrior and the Amduat, you may want to like splice in like maybe like a Triana or something like that, and a Leo if you happen to have one. If you don't have a Leo, that's okay. Dragon help. Is this who just asked me for help with dragons in Twitch chat? Let me go look. Let's see what's going on, because I know that I just kind of like briefly talked about, oh, you've got Shan. Oh my goodness. You already you have an LD5? How long have you been playing? I swear that I saw a Shan. Yeah, there it is. Oh my goodness, congratulations. That's crazy. Athena says, I would cocky cleave that. Light Dragon Knight looks fire in a defense line. I'm not gonna lie, not sure how useful, but it's a cutie. Oh, Drakan Knight. Probably the Drakan Knight. Yeah, you're right. So you're looking for assistance on dragons real quick. So again, let me just double check this. I saw that you're using the recommended comp. Where's that Verd? Okay, so yeah, I think we are gonna have to change up some speed tuning, but you're already using the right monsters. I like the way that your Spectra's runes, actually. I really like that it's not like super duper fast, because I talk about this a lot. Spectra is so fast that people sometimes think like, oh, he needs to be even faster. I need to rune him on Swift, but that's not the case. The high base speed is there to supplement, so that way you can rune him on like Rage or something like that, and you can still have him easily hit the markers where he needs to hit. So what I would recommend you do is just change up the turn order a little bit. We're gonna make Lauren move first, right? So Lauren's already moving first, that's great. It's gonna go Lauren, then Crow, and I know that's gonna take a little bit of re-runing to make that happen, but I think you can do it. I think you can probably do it by swapping this to speed slot 2, looking for speed in the substats, right? Maybe you could even change this out to HP if you need. And then after Crow, Spectra and Veramos. Actually, where's your Veramos? Oh, there he is. You can also put him on Rage if you're so inclined, but if not, you don't have to. And then finally, that's when your Verd goes. Your Verd is a little bit fast right now. It's because right now, basically what you want is you want everyone else to go so that their attack bars are pretty much empty, and then they get the full benefit of the 40% attack bar that Verd is offering. So that's probably the best advice I can give for like a starter Dragon's Abyss team. Chris, hi Evan, came back to Summoner's War for the JJK event. I'm having a hard time ruining my monsters. Exactly, example, attack, crit damage, or crit rate, etc. Any tips? Yes, let me see what I can do to help you. Let me see what I can offer. So I guess my question is, do you find that you're lacking the runes to do it? Is that what you're saying? Do you mean that like, I don't know if you're able to identify yourself on Twitch and YouTube, so that way I know who I'm talking to. Twitch or YouTube, whichever you're watching on. Because I'd love to, my question for you is, do you just feel like you don't have the runes that need to do it, or is it actually like the process that's a little difficult? If that makes sense, like actually like figuring out how to rune these units. Like let's go find a signpost monster. Let's look at like Crow. So like Crow, you got him on speed, crit damage, attack. This is a good Crow. This is actually a good Crow. He's a little a little squishy. He's a little bit squishy. Let me go look at Vero. Vero is also like, this is a fine support version of Veramos. I prefer like a more aggressive build on Veramos these days. Oh, there's Chris. Yeah, like the amount of resistance accuracy needed or preferred. Dude, so, so that kind of comes from like trying to identify what the monster is there to do. So like, let's take like Lauren, for example, right? Lauren is a little bit confusing at the get-go. I think you've got her ruined well. She's kind of high attack. I think that's just from which is not a bad thing. I'm just pointing out some places where we could make some changes. But like, for instance, I think you've identified what Lauren's there to do really, really well, right? So it's like the amount of accuracy that she has is good. She's fast, she's tanky, she's on Swift. Like, you now know it's like she's there to land debuffs, stay alive, and be fast. You want her to do it often, and you want to stick around to do it. Oh, you've got Amduai. I just made the monster spotlight on Amduai. That's crazy. And so Veramos, right? You've got him built for like a support build, but you can also leverage that max HP scaling damage on skill 2 if you were so inclined. Rune him on rage instead, and then go speed crit damage HP instead. Like that's the sort of thing that you can do. Let's look around and see where else. As far as accuracy goes, like, you don't need to worry too much about like high accuracy for like PvE stuff. I don't think, like, this should be a suitable amount of accuracy, and you can always supplement it with like artifacts. You can say like higher accuracy on skill 2. For Lauren, you want more accuracy, like skill 1, skill 3, right? Because of her passive that's causing it. I actually think you're doing a decent job at this, man. Sometimes if you find that you're lacking in a stat, for the longest time I was lacking in crit rate. You can just kind of hyper focus in on rolling all the runes that appear with crit rate or crit damage to try to help supplement the stats that you're missing out on. The Lauren rune is from the free that you get now. Can you check my account as well, Evan? Yeah, absolutely. Chris, and I hope that helps a little bit, but ultimately, like, again, I'll just kind of reiterate as like a closing statement. You just want to identify what's the most important thing that the monster is bringing to the table. Like, let's look at the Bastet, because I saw that you had a Bastet, for instance, right? Bastet, her biggest thing is the attack buff and the attack bar boost at the beginning. So you want to rune her super fast. You're kind of min-maxing to a certain extent, right? You're min-maxing in the sense that, like, you want to maximize that one potent effect and you can minimize everything else. So like Lauren, you don't need Lauren to do damage and also apply the stuff. You want to focus on her sticking around to apply the defense break, the slow, the attack bar reduction, right? You don't need her to also have like high attack, crit rate, crit damage. Other people are there to do that. I think it's a really good question, but it ultimately just comes with like experience with the monsters. After you like play around with them on your monster deck, you'll see even more. Obelisk. Not good with coming up with arena defense. Has been playing on and off for 9 years. Any suggestions to switch out on my arena defense? Let's see what you got. You have some very cool monsters, actually. Channel 10. Yes, Channel 10, and I got you, Wolf. You're welcome, Chris. Okay, so I like pieces of this. I like pieces of this. But similar to the min-maxing conversation we were talking about, actually, similar to that conversation, I think what you may want to do is just identify what you want to do with this defense, because right now you've split. In fact, it's almost so P-Sama is very much like a staple. So Samath, right? He's very much a staple of anti-cleave or revert, like cleaving arena defenses. You want to outspeed, you want to do damage to them, and you want to counter cleave the cleavers. Now, on the other hand, the right three are all kind of more bruise options, you know, and so I don't think P-Sama really fits this. Yeah, exactly. Athena's already way ahead of me here. I'd take out the P-Sama and Amduat for a big HP lead and a wind healer. Boom. And I'll say this, I agree with Athena. I would also say that you could try, I always tell people to try to look for something that's kind of like some unit that prevents death. Oh, I do see, oh, excuse me guys, sorry, the water's like fighting to come back. You could also use a super tanky aerial that's like double Nem Will, 100% res. Double Nem Will aerial, super freaking tanky. But let me see what you got in terms of HP lead. Oh, you also have a Rakan. Dude, wait a minute, here we go. Oh no, you've got Carnal, this is it. That's your lead, let's go. This is actually like my ideal leader skill for arena defenses, to be honest. I think this is a massive HP lead. So I think you use the Carnal lead I think you do the Carnal Leader skill. I do like Manon. I have to admit, I am a fanin of Manon. Yeah, let me look. So I think we do Omduat. I'm sorry, did I say Omduat? I was looking at Omduat. My bad. We're not doing Omduat. Sorry, just to be super clear, I want to take out Omduat. I think you do something that's kind of like a Carnal. Shoot, dude, you can even do Rakan. You can even do Rakan on this team. Manon. And then like a healer, like a super tanky aerial. Carnal, Rakan, Manon, aerial. Or Abellio. Yeah, oh, look at what Athena just said too. Carnal, aerial, or Abellio if you happen to have an Abellio somewhere. But let's say Carnal, aerial, Manon, and then like Juno, Rakan, or Wind unit. She was saying, I like Rakan there. I think Juno's a little easy to take out sometimes, you know? I like Rakan or some way to prevent death. I don't see an Abellio. But maybe I'm just Abella blind. Oh, there he is. There he is. I actually like Abellio in this slot because he prevents death. This is very close to the comp that I run, actually. This is very close to my arena defense. Not that I'm like super talented in arena or anything like that, but to me, this is the next logical step for your team. I'm actually really hyped that you have these units, Obelisk. I think that's the way to go. Lone Wolf. Let me just do this real quick because Wolf has been asking for a little while. Wolf, what do you need help with? What can I do for you? No problem, dude. Happy to help. Athena says, I personally would go for a super tanky Juno. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Guys, I am sleepy today. I don't know what's going on with me right now. I'm a little tired. I'm just a little sleepy. Athena says, I personally would go for a super tanky Juno because of the dot teams people are using against the Byung and Camillas. That's a really good call, actually. I feel like sometimes the Junos can get taken advantage of in the sense of like they're easy to kind of snipe. I feel like sometimes just big AoE damage with like additionals is enough to take them out sometimes, like a Julie, Galleon defense break with attack buff Julie can take her out, or like a Lucian. And the only reason I'm afraid of those is just because they're kind of like a common way to cleave. But if you can make it tanky enough to survive that, or run like a Royd, not a Royd, what's his brother's name? Darian, 2A Darian, then maybe you could actually make that work, actually. Yeah, Athena. So Athena's got a really good point because the dot team is a good way to like, to accidentally like counter the comp that we just laid out. AD. Dude, a lot of AD questions today. Okay, I'm having fun with this. Chat, would you hit this defense? Oh shoot, this is actually like a speed check. This is actually like a speed check defense. I like this. This is really cool, actually. What would you guys do to fight this defense? Is the Tiana on Will? That's my question. Because this is really like a speed check. She is not on Will. Okay, she's not on Will. So that means you can like, the reason I ask is because like you can kind of like, Leo that. You know what I mean? Bet. I'm gonna switch over to YouTube on my TV so I can go re-rune while it's in my mind. Amazing Obelisk. Love it, dude. That's great. Yeah, I go Tablo, Deborah, Gemini, Leah. Someone says Leo, Megan, Lucian ×2. Yeah, see, that's my fear, is that right now this team is really cool, but it can get Leo'd hard. Because like basically what you can do is you can Leo, if you pick the Leo, right? Leo hits the Tiana. Now all of a sudden she can't use skill 3, right? Because she's now the last to move. And then the whole team's kind of out of whack. That's like a big improvement. So if you want to keep using this defense, I would just say try to find a way to put Tiana on Will. Just so that way she's a little bit anti-Leo. And then after that, honestly, I think the team is really cool. I love the idea of what you're going for here. Tiana strip, Nefty's defense break, Amber, AoE, and then Cocky cleave. Like, I think this is actually a really cool comp, and it's a great speed check. I actually really, like, compliments to the defense for real. The only thing is just that, like, it can really get Leo'd right now. Like, truly, truly. But otherwise, it's great. Otherwise, it's great. So Oculus says, I got trouble with Siege. Could you recommend good Siege trios from my box? Let me go see what I can do, but I'd love to have the chat's help. I'm not as I'm not as good when it comes to Siege. Like my contribution lately to my guild has been Tartarus. Don't speed check with Tiana, to be honest. Dude, Dono, that's so funny, dude. It's so true. Because her base speed is like 96. That's another thing that actually, Dono brings up a good point, actually, because that is what you're doing, right? You're speed checking them. So maybe what you might want to do is you might want to swap out Tiana for like a less efficient stripper, like a less guaranteed strip option, but something that's like way faster. Athena, Siege offense or defense? Let's say defense. Let's say defenses. Chat or Evans, what build should I use on Drakan Fire? We were talking about this. Was it Athena that suggested a Vamp Revenge? A Vamp Revenge thing? Yeah, dude, I'm also a little bit bad at Siege. You know, I do often like to recommend SW Guild Tools. I like to recommend SW Guild Tools for people so that way they can try. Oh, you got the light Chun-Li. I low-key thought that was Lu Mei for a second. Yeah, win Poseidon. Triton's a really good option too. 116 base speed. Right? Look at that. He's right here. Look at that. You could run him. The only thing is that sometimes he'll derp. Sometimes he doesn't use this skill, which is kind of a bummer. But I like the 116 base speed enough to say you could take that risk. You could take that risk. Oh, that's the other thing too. This is kind of cool. This might be cool on Siege defense, actually. The Tyrannus, now that he like Prince revives. Chat, would love for your help. But honestly, dude, for Siege stuff, Oculus Opium, I might suggest checking out SW Guild Tools, or also trying to, because the reason why I like that site is because like they have a list of like really potent like Siege defenses, as well as popular counters and like trending counters to them. Kamoon, Iris Vigor, that's a good one too, Athena. That's kind of a classic. Then I'm gonna use Tiana's Swift on him. Yeah, Wolf, give it a try. See what the defense rate is like. See what the defense success rate is like after a while. And if it's not working that great, try Tiana on Will instead. Shai Preemy, I never used Tyrannus. How good is he? He's my very first Nat 5. I'm very happy to report Shai Preemy. So Tyrannus was less than stellar. But then after this most recent balance patch, I actually think he's pretty solid. I think he really shines the brightest in places that are like arena defense, siege defense, and also like Tartarus. Like places where it's like, you know, you put him there and he just Prince revives. I'm actually quoting a Reddit post when I say he Prince revives, because now he's got a hook. Now he actually has a hook to his third skill, which is what he needed, like, or to his revive rather. Now it's like, if he is attacked by anyone with lower defense than him, all of a sudden that cooldown time is gonna get reduced. And that's so cool because he defense buffs, and that's awesome. So Athena says, I run him on defense, crit rate defense on siege offense, and he does super good damage. That's awesome. Okay. Fastlix, what is your new RTA fun comp? What is your new RTA comp? Did you share a replay? Yes. Okay, is this the comp? Wait, this looks awesome. Oh my god, dude, the Liesel. The Liesel is awesome. Oh no, the Despair Stun. Oh, brother. So you're doing like a twist on the Layla comp. This is really cool, Fastlix. I really want to see the Liesel pop off though. Is he on Vio? No, he's not. Or maybe he's just not proccing, right? 22% chance. Oh, he is about to mess up this monkey. Check this out, dude. Auto crit fire. That's GG. Wow. It's awesome. Dude, that's what happens when you don't respect the Liesel. That's what happens. Let me just check into my guild real quick. Check in on the guild. Whoops. Let me send out some social points. And back in chat we go. Wait, Lone Wolf. Didn't we do AD? I think we did AD. We did do arena defense for you. Can you peep my units and tell me which ones I should use on a rush arena defense? Assume I have all the regular nat 5s. Okay. Oh my god. What the heck? Dude, just assume I have all the regular nat 5s. Dude, that's crazy. Wait, like, dude, this is, what do you mean, man? Like, this is so good already. I don't know if you want to change this. Like, this is a good arena defense. Like, you got Tion Lang, congrats, dude. Like, all of a sudden, that's G1, dog. I'm kind of kidding. Oh my god, you can do like a Manananan cleave in RTA. Oh my god, I've wanted to play that for so long, dude. Ever since I saw the video on SW Battle where they featured a Manananan cleave, it was like Wool Young, Manananan, 2A Rauk, or it might have been, it was like 2A Rauk and Carlos. Yeah, and Carlos. Actually gnarly. Actually gnarly. Narsha go burr. That AD is scary. Yeah, I don't know if I would change this even during Arena Rush. Guys, what thoughts on this? Oh yeah, so I can help. I can jump over to Europe. I have a Europe account. Let me just help. I'm the one who wanted to do the summon session for me. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Hex, I don't think I would change that arena defense regardless. Series last because like it's too good, dude. Let me just help Oculus one more time with advice on how to get into RTA. And then I'll jump over to Europe for a little bit because we've been on global for a while. And I think I stayed on global most of the stream last time. Okay, Oculus, so let's talk about getting into RTA. You actually have a lot of units, so take this with a grain of salt, but I do like to recommend that people splice in like support monsters for stuff that they don't have when they're first getting into RTA, just so that way you can kind of get a feel for like what sort of archetypes you like and kind of get an understanding for how your monsters work together. But now that that's out of the way, let's actually talk. So Ciara, really good monster, just had a monster spotlight on the channel actually with me and Stoic. So if you haven't seen it yet, Stoic and I did a video called She Never Misses the Dot, or it's like, I also think it's The Daughter That Nobody Wanted is the alternate title. You should check that out. So Ciara, she's just a great monster for RTA. Gyo is fantastic too. The Wind on Miyuji. Shizuka's really cool, but I don't know if that's what you want to play with. I'd be interested in seeing you mess with Kid. Like, Kid is actually a really cool unit. He's kind of like a single target. Yeah, he's kind of like a single target Veronica in a way. Like, attacks all enemies to remove all beneficial effects and increases the skill cooldown by 2 turns of the selected target. In addition, decreases the attack bar of enemies, including the target, by 20%, excluding the target by 20%. So, oh, Valinchan, how to counter Leo Lucifer cleave comps in general / in RTA. Whenever I find one of these, I instantly lose. Honestly, Valinchan, one of the best ways to counter a Leo Lucifer comp, so obviously I think you want to ban one, right? You don't want to leave them with the combo. My personal recommendation there would probably be, I mean, so I run a lot of Leo counters, so I would rune up a couple fire nat 5s or a couple fire units like a Verd. Verd's not a nat 5, Verd's a fusible 4-star. I would rune up like a Leo counter Verd, or I guess Verd just on his own counters Leos. What am I trying to say? Run Verd. I have like Rakan built on like 0 speed, like no speed Rakan, purely built to fight Leos. You just let the Leo through, ban the light demon, and now all of a sudden your comp is kind of built to kind of resist what Leo's trying to bring. Athena also said revive comps work great. I never considered that. So maybe if you have the newly buffed Tyrannus, you could try out Tyrannus or something. That might be kind of cool. Something like that. Let me keep giving some advice here. I'm just gonna look through your units real quick and see what else you got before I make a general recommendation. Okay, so it is incumbent on me to point out right now that I did notice that while scrolling through the monsters, you do actually have a lot of debuff synergy. So while the units that I kind of like pointed out are just like generally good RTA units, you do have some debuff synergy in here, right? So Beth applying defense break and doing big damage, right? I think back here, what did I see that drew my attention? Nora, okay? Nora. And then there was also somebody else, I think it was back here, Amber. right? So those units work well together on a debuff comp because Amber's passive scales with the amount of debuffs that are on the enemy team. So you could run something that's kind of like Nora for the strip, applying dots, run Amber for big damage. The other unit that I mentioned, what did I say? Nora, Amber, Beth, right? Like this is like a huge cleave comp. This could work in like the early stages of RTA. I think people are going to be a little bit more prepped for it as they go deeper into RTA. But this seems pretty sick. So you could kind of do like speed lead. You could do speed lead. You could do Adriana. I don't think you need to necessarily pick Adriana, but you could do Adriana, or you could do like Vanessa Jamire, or anything. Vanessa Moore, or just Moore, to be honest. You could do like Moore, Beth, Nora. Shizuka works well on this. Amber. Like this is a really cool team. Like you actually have like a debuff comp. And then you can run like Shizuka. You could run Shizuka on this, or you could run Ciara. Wait, does he have the Light Chun-Li? Light Chun-Li would work great. Where is this? Oh my God, you do. Yeah, wait a minute. Holy, wait, that's dope. That is a great suggestion. Oh my God, I didn't even see this here. You could absolutely run the Light Chun-Li on that comp. Wow, you have that's a very fun comp that you have access to, actually. Okay, so I said that I would go over to Europe. Can I get suggestions for a DB with units that I own? Units I own. Well, so units you own. You should have a Second Awakened Crow, right? Even if you have a Second Awakened Crow, I would throw it into your Dragon's Abyss team. Oh, but 110 is really good. If this is actually like if this is consistent, I don't know if I would necessarily change this, to be honest. Like if this is actually running and succeeding, I would just continue using it, to be honest. Guys, let me take a sip of water real quick. I think there's just like a drop left. My throat is all kind of torn up from, I guess it must be from SWC, because I'm actually like feeling the effects right now. My throat's feeling a little bit dry. I don't know what's going on. So I wouldn't change anything if this is consistent, as long as it's not failing. But if you do find that it's a little inconsistent, I would take out the Ken and instead put in a Second Awakened Crow. Make the turn order as follows. Lauren moves first, Second Awakened Crow, Spectra, Veramos, then Verd. The Spectra and Veramos lineup is flexible, okay? Fuber says, I need a better Dragons and Giants team. Let me see what you're using currently. Oh yeah, I agree. Okay, we're gonna change out a bunch of these things. We're gonna take out Fran and Lauren from Giants. We're gonna take out the Savannah. Let's actually go in. Let's actually go in. You can still use Sig technically. Oh, but we may not want to. We can also use the Water Geralt. Stand by. I see you got a Leica. So that means you got a guaranteed win if you need it, but I don't know if we're gonna go that route. Oh, we can use this. And we can use this. Okay, hold on, let me cook. This. Okay, so I think what we probably do is I think we go for like the Rage build on Vero. So HP lead, right? 33% HP lead. We go, I think we do Bella Dion. I think we go starter for a second. I think we do Vero, we do Bella for the defense break. I'd prefer it if you had like an AoE. I guess you could still use Savannah. Oh, you've got a Teshar. Wait. Oh, dude, this is getting complicated because I actually didn't notice the Teshar. I saw the Akama mirror. Okay, why don't let me do this. I'm gonna tell you a starter team, and then I'm gonna tell you some reasonable upgrades from the monsters that you have, okay? So Veramos, Bella Dion, Shannon. Veramos, Bella Dion, Shannon. And then like Akama mirror. And then like the Water Geralt or Sigmaris. Like either like that'll clear. That's gonna clear, right? So you can use Sig lead for this in this case. So 44% HP lead. Then you've got Bella Dion to set up defense break. The turn order should look like this. It should be Shannon first for the attack buff and the defense buff. So Shannon first, Bella Dion defense break, Sigmaris, Sigmaris Vero, a common mirror. That can go in any order. Let's talk about some reasonable upgrades though, because you can actually make a much more like interesting comp, right? So you can actually do something that is like the Giants comp I run, Fubar. Check this out. Because you have the hardest component, which is the Teshar. The Teshar is really the only component that's even like an if at all, but because you have it, you can actually make this comp. So like you can just do, basically it looks like this. So what's her name? Prylia goes first, defense breaks, then Teshar goes. After that, Konamiya goes. Konamiya is gonna boost up the Teshar automatically because it just boosts up whoever went before it, and it gives it an attack buff. Teshar clears, actually, let me just run one, I'll just show you. It'll be faster if I just show. So like Prylia, boom, boom, Kona boost, right? This is a lot less complicated to make than it looks. Like, you know, I know that this can kind of be a little intimidating when you check it out, but boom, right? And then max HP scaling damage takes out the boss, right? And this is like, if you guys have seen this comp run, you know that this is not as efficient as it could be, right? Like, oh shoot, she missed the def break, which kind of hinders the comp's viability, to be honest, but it'll still be fine. But like now I'm just gonna I'm burning skills that I didn't need to burn. So then like Teshar's moving, we're getting max HP scaling damage from all over the place. He's gonna counterattack. And then it doesn't matter if he kills anybody. This is the best part because he can kill anybody he wants, but the Wind Homunculus will always be there to like clean it up because he revives himself. It's such a good comp. Like this comp is, and you can make it because you have the only part that's like difficult to achieve. So I would say to make this, the only thing that you need to just be kind of wary of is that you need like fight sets, right? So let me show you one more time. Sorry, I hit quit. But so this is on triple fight. This is on triple fight, right? And then like the rest is just on rage damage build. Oh, that's right. You know what? I enabled it somewhere else. Detailed settings, speed display. Check that out. Right? Lin works better in my opinion instead of Shaman. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think I just didn't need to, I think I just already had the Shaman rune. Lin works better? Is my Lin ruined? Hold on, let me see. Where's my Lin? 118, my Lin is not ruined. Okay. So now that we have a quick second, actually, let me just bounce over to Europe. Evan, oh yeah, dude, the new update makes it way easier to speed tune your monsters. Now you can, excuse me, you can clearly see who's going when. Oh, should we see if I can summon one of the new Drakan warriors here on this off account? Oh, I got a Fuki, that's new. Okay, 10. Chat channel 10, everybody. Chat channel 10, I'm on the Europe server if anybody needs help. I can also bounce over to the Asia server if necessary as well. You know, I don't really do too much on this account. I wonder if I should like turn this into an LD only account. That could be kind of fun. I've been like debating doing that for a while now, is running that. Zenobite, thank you. I was just kind of spamming. Is anybody on EU that needs assistance? If not, I can just jump over. Let me go to Asia. I'll go to Asia. Because I haven't been to Asia in a long time, so let's do it. Whoa, someone just slammed on their brakes outside. I don't know if that came through on the microphone. Okay, guys, chat channel 10. Oh, wow, it's been so long since I've been on this one. 10. Oops, that's 1. Chat channel 10. Oh, where is the speed thing? So if you go into here, right, and you press this little magnifying glass down here, so magnifying the search function down here, go to detailed setting, and then it's right here. Oh, got a win Drakan. The stripper with the defense scaling actually worked pretty well against a random Musa arena defense, so he might be somewhat viable. Nice. Valin Chen, that's awesome. Mingji says, hey Evan, can we get a summoning stream? Dude, absolutely. You know, I just did a summoning stream, but it was for the BR stream that was on Friday. So it was me, Seppi, Ryo, and Roots, and it was called the Battle of 1,000 Scrolls, and we each summoned 250 scrolls. It was really good. Oh, I thought it was in the settings, they say. Let me know if you guys need assistance in Asia. I'll stay here for just like a couple minutes. If there's no takers, then we'll bounce back over to global. How about that? Then we can bounce back over if necessary. I'll just get these real quick. Do this. Lylan, please rate. Okay, we'll jump back over because I don't really see any demand over here on Asia, so we'll bounce back over to global for a bit. The Sword of the 1,000 Truths, says Zetabyte. No, it's not, but now that I see that, that's actually quite funny. So, guys, let me ask you this. Which second awakening are you guys prioritizing? I'm getting the dark one first. Let me just go in because we actually haven't really looked at these yet. So they gave Colleen a 15% attack bar boost if people are at max HP. Colleen is already like a good monster though. Like she barely needed any help at all. The branding is huge. Like she's basically just way better for raids. Like she got even better for raids. She got better than where she's already good. She didn't need too much help. Absorbs the attack bar of the enemies with decreased speed. That's pretty cool. It's funny that it doesn't have a chance to freeze. This one has the chance to freeze. That's cool that it can freeze them. Decrease their attack bar by 50% each and inflicts continuous damage. Dude, that's so funny. I love the thought that like the whirlpool, like this third skill basically does what the Dark Drakan Warrior's third skill does, but with less steps. Granted, I'm omitting the fact that it also like can kill a unit and also increase your team's attack bar, but like this is so funny to me, dude. Like I don't know why it's so funny that it's, you know, it's more steps. I want to do this one. I want to do Sia. Has anybody played with Sia yet? Attacks the target 2 to 3 more times, each absorbing attack bar by, like that sounds pretty cool. And she's got a defense break. Like this would go pretty hard with additionals. Has anybody played with this yet? I don't know what the scaling is like, but it seems very cool to me. And obviously it's a team up effect, so I'm doing this one first. In fact, let's just restart real quick, if you don't mind. Let me restart this. Let's go into the Harpoo and just run that for now. Super duper, what do I need to do for you to check out my account? All you gotta do is let me know what you need help with and then send a message in chat channel 10. I'm heading towards dark next, says Fastlix. Oh, nice, dude. Great call. Let me go check out the Booster Fever event. Oh, these events are always so helpful. I love the extra energy. Rune Rehab Booster, that's crazy. Yeah, this is so helpful. Oh, Shy Preview, I went over, but there wasn't a lot of interest over there. So do you want me to go back? Dude, the Transcendent Scroll is crazy, dude. Oh my God, dog. No way, like that's so cool. Yeah, this account is pretty incredible. Or rather, this event is pretty incredible. I really want to get one of the Drakan Warriors. That's what I want. I want the dark one. I've been talking all this trash on the dark one, saying, oh, it's Spectra with more steps or whatever, but like, I actually think that he's so cool. And he's a perfect, like you guys said, he's a perfect Julienne counter. Like he does actually counter Julienne. Let's go for this. Whoa. Wait, this could roll well if it quad rolls, or if it does that, that's not great. Dude, can I re-app this? I have so many. Let's re-app this real quick, actually. I know it's a little silly to do that when it doesn't have an innate. Oh, it's already better. I'll just keep that. I'll just take that. That's already better. That's actually huge. No way, Valentin, you did? You got dueled to death? Wait, that's actually awesome. Shy Preemie, do you want me to go over? I can go over and try to help you if you want. I would love to go and try and help you if I can. Just let me know what you need help with. Okay, yeah, let me jump over. Just be ready to, let me just let them finish this real quick. And then we can go over to Asia. Sick. Thank you for your patience. Okay, we're going back to Asia. Chat channel 10 is the place to be. So Valingchan says that they already had an experience where the dark Drakan dueled my Chungpung to death, was on a pretty fast Swift set. It was cool to see the 1v1 in action. Yeah, it's so creative. Like, that is a new thing. I have not seen Summoners War do that yet. I have seen it in other situations though. Like I've seen it in other games. I could cite a few different ones. Okay guys, chat channel 10, I'm on Asia server. Preemie, hello, I have an RTA and defense stuff, please. Okay, let's do this. So there's currently just like a fodder defense right now. Let's see what we can do for RTA. You have some fun monsters here. No way. Tominator. World Boss gave me a 29 speed, 34 after grind Vile Rune. Bro, congratulations. That is like actually the dream. Are you kidding me? That's so cool, dude. Congratulations. Let me just take a scroll through this real fast and see what I can recommend you. So I see a Jongnam back there. Jongnam's pretty interesting. He's a cool monster. Ciara. We've got a Robo, Savannah, Parjanya. I think you're gonna want to do, what is this one? This is the water one? The water one is actually kind of cool because I think she stuns. She stuns and prevents cleanse. Wait a minute. Bro's got the wind one. That's right. Why don't we use, oh dude, why don't we do something like this? I think you could use either Zima or the wind Draken Warrior, whichever you think is cooler for the situation. Because honestly, I think the Wind Draken Warrior is kind of sick right now, right? Like that's kind of cool. Decrease the enemies with beneficial effects removed by 15%. That is actually so cool. I think you could do like a hybrid bruise control team. So either the Wind Draken Warrior or Zima, right? Then you run something like the Wind Robo, Parjanya, and then you can obviously run a Ciara for a speed lead, and then Jongnam. And actually that is a bruiser control comp. Like now what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna keep them perma-stunned, perma-provoked, you're gonna reduce their attack bar. You've got two strippers in the Robo and also either the Wind Draken Warrior or Zima. Like actually I think this is such a cool comp idea. Now alternatively, I did notice that you've got like the Water Siri back here. Water Siri is part of like a snipe sort of setup, but I don't know if you want to go that route. Let me see if you have anything to really like support it. I'm just kind of looking to see if you do. You have the fire one, but I think you should go with the bruiser control. I like the bruiser control team a lot. Athena says use Zima over Draken because of Junos. As always, Athena has a very good point. The main reason why I recommend the Draken is just because of like recency and like how it's so cool that you have a Draken on day one. Like that is so sick. But technically speaking, yes, I think Zima is probably better for what we're expecting because he silences, but then he also puts the cleanse block, so that way Juno keeps her debuffs on. So this is technically the better one to go with right now. It's just Draken. The Draken Warrior's like got that cool like he's new and exciting type of thing. But really, dude, I think that's your comp. I think Bruiser Control is the way to go for you. Again, the comp is like Zima and Wind Robo as your strip options. You could also do Verisa, but to me, I think the Wind Robo is better for what you're trying to do. So Zima, Wind Robo, Parjanya, Jongnam, and then Ciara for a speed lead. I think that's what you do. If you need a second speed lead, which I think you should always have a second speed lead if possible, let me just see if you have an alternate. Oh, by the way, you can also run this. If there comes a situation where there's a lot of like what's the word I'm looking? Passive. If there's a lot of passives in play, like if you come into like a comp that's picking both Veramos and Juno, you can run the Water Yennefer against it because she Oblivions on skill 2. So I think this is also a good piece of tech just for you to keep in your back pocket. Let me see if there's another speed lead. I don't see another speed lead, Chad. Am I tripping? So it's definitely pick the Ciara then. Why am I not? I'm not seeing another speed lead other than like Fran's 10%. Is there anything else? No, that's it. Other than like Tyron and Fran, that's it. So just Ciara. I would say, so again, Ciara first pick because she's going to be the most in demand. Ciara first pick, Zima Jongnam. So now it's like, you know, you've got, or Parjanya, whichever you prefer, but now you've got one of each element, so it's going to be harder for them to counter you. Then you pick the Wind Robo, and then like either the Water Yennefer or anything else that wants to try to keep them locked down, or the 5th unit that we were talking about earlier. Wow, yeah, that's a really cool comp. That's actually super fun, Preemie. I really like bruiser control for you. Yandere, what's good? Evan, do you mind checking my account? I want to get into RTA, but I haven't got really good Nat 5s to compete well. This is super hype. Congratulations on the Light Gojo. Also, you've got good times for stuff. Okay, let's go and see what we got. Annabelle is sick. We'll keep in mind some of this. Also, the Water Megami. You know, this was something that was brought to my attention as well. Like, Hiroshin was using this guy. I think Jug was the one that pointed this out. He reduced his attack bar by 50%, and he strips 1 buff. This is perfect to counter Heigang. So this is actually super anti-Heigang, right? Because he decreases way more attack bar than Heigang is offering the enemy team to gain. So I would look into this. You also have Sekhmet and Okeanos. Okay, hold on a minute. Now and Tomoe, we're starting to see something here. We got Nobara. Chakra. Gyo, Light Gojo. Let's see if there's anything else back here that we want to work with. The Wind Robo. The Wind Robo is so fantastic. Oh, you got a dupe Zyros. So if you wanted to play something sort of similar to this, you could actually do something that is like an outspeed comp. So you rune like your Sekhmet, you rune your Sekhmet on your fastest runes. The fastest runes you got, she's got a really high base speed of 114. You reset somebody. So you're gonna do kind of like a double reset thing. You pick Sekhmet, you pick Okeanos. That's double reset. You can rune Chakra for damage, technically speaking. Since we're going fast, you might as well rune Chakra for damage. Although, do I see a speed lead? Oh, and then you could run Wind Robo, but now you're 2 Wind, 2 Fire, right? You're 2 Wind, 2 Fire, and Escher. So you could rune it so that like Escher is on your fastest set. Boost into Sekhmet, increase cooldown time. Okeanos, increase cooldown time, and then also has the opportunity to proc into like stun if you rune it on Vio. Chakra for damage. And then Wind Robo to keep them locked down. Like, so that's another like control comp, but it's not so much bruiser. It is just control. It's a really hard control to overcome, but it is also like, it's a little bit fragile. So if you wanted to kind of like try something else, you could go for something that's a little bit more laid back, more turn 2 focused. You could run like Gapsu, have a Veramos rune for if you need it. So you go Gapsu to like be your like sustain option. You run Gyo to punish them for taking turns, right? Gapsu, Gyo, Riley if you need. You could still run Chakra. I actually like Chakra. I think Chakra is kind of a cool unit. You may be able to run Oki in this setup, to be honest. But that would be if you're wanting to do like a more of a turn 2 approach. So you just run a super tanky Gapsu, run Veramos for if they're trying to like apply debuffs and stuff like that. I think that's probably your best, and then Gyo, right? Gyo just punishes them for taking turns and doing what they're like supposed to do. Guys, let me bounce back over to global really quickly. I think we're kind of running low on time here. If anybody has like a super fast like couple questions, I'd love to help you out. Fortune says Chakra needs a hell of a lot of speed. Does he? So I'm a little unfamiliar with how much speed Chakra needs to deal good damage. I've always wanted one, but I've never had a Chakra. He's in the support monster list this season though, so I might get the opportunity to kind of play with him. I'd love to try to just see what he's like, but in the support monster list, he's probably not like super optimal. By the way, guys, do you like my shirt? It's a Devilmon. Isn't that kind of cool? Isn't that kind of sick? Here, let me show you. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? This is one of the shirts that's on the Come To Us store. This is one of the new ones. Chris, I'm using Vanessa Wusa Chungpung Kaki for my attack team for Arena. Do you think there are monsters I can sub to make it stronger? I feel like this team is better for defense, to be honest. So Chris, oh, you know what, Chris? I'm so sorry. Let me help Titan really quick because I haven't talked about any of these actually. So they need help with the artifact dungeons and spiritual realm. Your spiritual realm team looks really good, actually, but it's a little slow. So something tells me that there's something going wrong here. So in theory, this comp should take about 30 seconds less to clear. Right? It should be about like 40, 47. I'm like maybe like 20 something seconds off. I would check the turn order for this one. You want to make sure that Seek goes first. You want to make sure that Seek goes first, and preferably I have my Seek runed on Violent just so that way he and I have him contributing damage. You want to make it so it's Seek first, then Shina, then Rauk and Aster, and then actually Rauk should go. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So it should be Seek, Shina, Rauk, Aster, Verd last, right? I would just double check that. Steel Fortress, my only question is if it's not safe currently, again, just double check the speed tuning. You want to make sure that your Zinc is moving first, right? Because he needs to move to apply the buff block, and then everybody else can do their thing. And then lastly, for Punisher's Crypt, if you're struggling with the Vampires Walking Dogs team, I would try doing the attack power lead, right? And this also might be symptomatic of Verd being too fast. Like that's the other thing I've noticed. In fact, let me just briefly go in and take a look at this. But like, you can focus the towers. There's nothing wrong with doing the towers first. I just want to look at the Verd. So Verd is not too fast. He is on Violent. I would put him on Rage instead. I'd put him on Rage, because there could be a situation here where Verd is like, well, I don't know if that's necessarily like the problem, but I do like him on Rage. Okay, kind of slow. You might be getting cut by the boss. $108.82. Oh, so is your Rauk going first? Where's Shina? Dude, so I would double check your speed tuning, because so you really need Seek to go first, right? So Seek should go first, then you can follow up with the Shina, right? For the AoE defense break. She's a little fragile. What's going on here? Speed, crit damage, attack. You can actually put her on speed, crit damage, HP if you wanted to, since her job is mostly just to set up defense breaks. I don't mind the attack, but she's a little too fragile to make it work, and she's lacking on some crit rate. I would try to find some crit rate instead. Like if you could find an HP slot 6 with crit rate, instead, like she's got too much resistance too, you know? Like that's just kind of like a wasted stat profile. Like you could kind of like change that up and instead find something that has more beneficial. For this guy, he doesn't necessarily need to be on triple fight. I actually run him on Violent. You can actually have him ruined to contribute damage. And he needs to move first. That's the most important thing. In fact, I think it might be better, Titan, can I show you mine real quick? Let me show you my comp. So if we go to Spiritual Realm, right, we go here. So this is what I'm using. So you can see from the turn order, right, that it goes Lorne first, then Seek, then Rauk, Aster, and then Verd. So that's like the idea, right? So you want your defense break to go like right after Seek. Seek, defense break, then Rauk, Aster, Verd. That's the idea. And then as far as the Punisher's Crypt goes, again, like there's no harm in focusing the towers. You can go left, right, boss. Oh, here we go. My crypt team is suffering. Trent, let's see, what can I do for you? Trent, my crypt team is suffering. 25 seconds. How is that suffering, bro? Suffering from success? Dog, that looks so good. Are you kidding me? That looks amazing. Let me just, oh, not at all consistent. Not at all consistent. Again, guys, yeah, if you're struggling with this, whoa, what, Evan? What the, who are you? There can't be two of us. What the heck, dog? Who are you? What the? Evan, yo, your comps are good. Evan, I'm very proud of you. Oh, you've got a Lucifer team for Giants? Oh my God, no, it's the cooler version of Evan. It's literally the cooler version of me. Oh no, doc. Hey Evan, I want to go for TOA hard. Can you help with what team I can pick? Yes, dude. Where are you stuck? 52? So let me give you a little guidance. This will be let me see what I can do to help real fast. So you can definitely run like Tyron. You're gonna do the Tyron. You can even do like the water homunculus. I like to do Tyron, Lauren, Verd, Rauk, and then one more. You can make that one more either Veramos, you can make it the water homunculus, you can make it Jean, but something to crowd control. You can also make it Spectra. Now, let me tell you one more for like when things get kind of hairy. So like when it gets a little bit sketchy in TOA, you swap out the Rauk for a Fran, right? So for most of TOA, I don't run like a healer traditionally, right? But like in the beginning where you're at, you do want to run a healer. So let me just show you real quick. So pardon me guys, I haven't had much time to finish TOA yet. So check this out. So down here, right? So this is essentially the team that I just recommended you, right? So Tyron, Verd, Lauren, Fran, and Veramos. Like ultimately what this is it's two control options, Lauren to keep them down, Verd to do damage, and Fran. So I've got my Verd on a damage build, but you can also run like I have Veramos also on damage, like Rage to just do a lot of crit damage. It's slower, but it's gonna work. It's gonna do it. Now, alternatively, if you want something a little bit faster, you can do a variation on like a dot team, even if you don't have Rika. So you can actually use like Thrain there, you can use something. This is just kind of what I do. You could do Thrain, you could do whatever you'd like, just to apply some more dots in that situation. Guys, I'm so sorry, but I think that's all I have time for today. I didn't realize I'm actually a cap. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today in this, doing some account reviews, talking about the new monsters and stuff. Just as a reminder, we've got a Soul Strike stream coming up at 2 p.m. today, so if you want to watch that, it's in an hour and a half. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here on Friday, all right, everybody? See y'all next time. Thank you for watching.